So a few weeks ago, I did a video on AMS2, Automobilista 2. The first time I'd ever played it, and I left it thinking it was okay, a little bit average, and I wasn't raving to come back. However, there were loads of comments on that video that showed me that I wasn't making the most of the game. I hadn't set it up optimally, and that there was more to be discovered by doing that. So I've come back to it. I'm going to test it properly. I've changed a few things. The key things I've changed are the combo I'm racing on. So this time around, I'm going to be in the Sauber Mercedes C9 at Le Mans, racing other Group C cars. I'm going to have time progression on 60, so it's going to do a full day and night cycle, and I'm going to start from last, try and get to first. Should be quite interesting. It should be a lot better like that. As well as that, it's dry. I tried it in the wet last time, and it turns out the AI in the wet are ridiculous. So this should be a lot better in that sense. I've got the custom force feedback files now, which basically brings the wheelbase to life. I've already tried it. It does feel 10 times better. I can feel so much more than I could before. And I've turned legacy head movement on in the camera settings, which does make it slightly better. Apart from that, I've not really made any other changes. Obviously, I'm going to be using my H shifter for a car like this that has a H box, which does make it more immersive. And I was recommended to use VR a lot, but my VR headset is the original Oculus Rift, which it's not great. So I'm not going to do that. But anyway, let's go into the race just to prove to you that the AI will be on max difficulty. 25-minute race plus 1 lap, full day and night cycle. Let's go. 850 horsepower. The car weighs under a ton, which, I mean, can you imagine driving something like legit? I know I drive for Mercedes in their esports team, but this is one of my all-time favorite cars, if not my favorite. So it feels right to be driving this car. But as well as that, just to comment on AMS2 for a moment, it's good to see a game constantly updating around their community. At least that's what it looks like from the outside, which, yeah, I don't think many other games do it quite like they do. So that was quite impressive to see. Obviously, since the last video as well, there's been quite a major update in March, I think it was. So there is that difference to think about. I think there was a few changes to like the tyre physics and stuff. So yeah, if you want to see what updates there were, go to the Steam patch notes. So I'm just going to load my setup very quickly. The changes I've made from default were very basic. I went to 100% brake pressure, max downforce. I mean, it's still the low downforce package, but it's the max downforce on that package. I've turned the steering lock to 28 just to give me a bit more sensitivity behind the wheel. And I've taken some fuel out, and that was it. So yeah, apart from that default setup, that is pretty much it. Last to first. Full day and night cycle. Let's see how we go. Let's see if I can still use this. H shifter. Now I'm a bit of a paddle shift merchant. Always have been, to be fair. But even in my road car now, it's paddle shift, so I'm going to be really rusty. Let's get a good exit out the last corner here. Oh, God. Didn't really want to take that curb. Right. Let's see how far we can get. We're 32nd. Oh, my God. That was close. Yeah, the turbo really does make this extremely difficult to drive because the power delivery is very unpredictable. Oh. Tetra Rouge. So, first things first, this is 10 times better, 100 times better than what I tried last time. With the custom force feedback on a proper combo, I can see why people play this. You know, this is fun. It's immersive, it looks good, it sounds good. I think the physics, they're not quite 100%. Don't get me wrong, even with these custom force feedback files, there's a lot of sliding going on, and I feel like abusing the slip angle is still going to be quite OP. And it's very Project Carsy in the way that you can flick it in, slide it through a corner, and that's the quickest way to go. But it's not bad. I don't think that takes away much from the actual experience. My big question here, though, is why the AI are so slow on the straights, because if you looked at the cars of the AI before we got going. It did say low downforce next to them all. So it's either they've got too much fuel or the gearing's incorrect or something, but we are flying past them on the straight right now. Oh my god, that's the wrong gear. See, Le Mans, 24-hour Le Mans is a race of attrition, so we haven't got that long. We've got 24 minutes, but still need to be careful. I am really worried about blowing the engine up, by the way. You can do that. If I accidentally shift down to second instead of fourth, it's going to end badly. Approaching Indy. It's going to be a big lift in this car. As awesome as the cars were back then, the downforce levels weren't anywhere near what they are today. I can't believe they raced these. Oh my god, that was a late move, but it worked. Like, imagine racing one of these at Le Mans in the 90s, man. Even the 80s, like, that must have been unreal. Approaching Porsche curves then. That's fifth again. What am I doing? Oh man, this H shifter is a bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie, I think my shifter is too far that way. So I'm having to stretch over and it's very hard to find the gear I want to select. Please don't squeeze me. Through the chicane. It's pretty nice over the curbs, this car, actually. So after lap 1, we are 15th. 14th. It's going to hold around the outside. Yeah. I mean, the AI are on maximum aggression as well, so they're not that aggressive, to be fair. They're not trying to take me out. So like here, you can just feel the car sliding a lot more, and it just feels a bit weird. So yeah, I don't really get much of a rolling, coasting sensation in this game, which is how it is in real life. So it's approaching nighttime now. I'm going to turn my headlights on. That's better. A little bit of a dive bomb into the first chicane. Nah. I am blipping the throttle on downshifts as well, just to stop the rear lock-in. Bit of heel and toe, even though if you saw my feet right now, which, let's be real, you probably don't want to see my feet unless you're really into that sort of thing. But I'm basically left foot braking and blipping the throttle with my right foot, because you don't need the clutch for the downshifts, but for the upshifts I am using the clutch. So I could be right foot braking, but I do find left foot braking a bit easier. Obviously, in a car where the downshifts are a bit janky, I would need to right foot brake and heel and toe and use the clutch, but got a big bump on the straight there, wouldn't it? So we're P11, 9 seconds off the lead. Ooh, bit late. Come on. So you got to really drive these cars, and I think we probably lost that a little bit in especially like the GT3s and stuff. If you brake too hard in this, you lock up. If you hit the accelerator too hard and not in the right way, you're going to wheel spin and spin. If you downshift too quickly, you're going to lock the rears. If you downshift too slow, you're going to miss the corner. So you got to really have a good feel. I mean, obviously, I know I'm on a sim, but the same goes for the sim or real life. I just feel, yeah, the modern day race cars are nothing like this. I definitely feel like I was probably born in the wrong era, because these were just different, man. These are so good. Oh. Just really enjoyable. God, what is he doing in that Nissan? think holding a lower gear in these faster corners, higher RPM, gives me a bit more control over the car. It definitely seems to be the way to go in those high-speed corners. Hopefully he brakes early for this. Nice. Lovely over the curves. There's another C9 there we just got. So that's for P8? Yeah, P8. Oh, just about got it slowed down. Oh. So yeah, not only do you have to be really smooth with the inputs, but the more the tyres wear, the smoother you have to be because you've got less grip. So it's tricky. And I've only done a couple of laps before this video, so my brain is on overload right now. Getting a nice toe off the Chevy. That's for P7, and we're 8.3 seconds off the lead. Oh, I'm really scared about blowing this engine up. No downshift protection in this. So yeah, we're already in full nighttime mode now. It's just really enjoyable, man. Like, the graphics turn to the max. Even at nighttime with all these cars, I'm getting over 140 FPS, so pretty smooth. Looks good. Don't get me wrong, I think Assetto Corsa with the custom shaders patch probably does it for graphics, but it's not far off. So we're catching the leader rapidly now. I think we've just got so much straight line speed for some reason compared to the AI. Oh, just about made it there. Should get the Chevy before Indy. Oof. Nice over that curb. Downshifting fairly early to get a bit of engine brake in. I always like a wide line into it, whatever game I play. Just to set the exit up a bit. Tell you what, this is extremely noisy using this as well. So my neighbour's probably thinking, what is he doing next door? Like smashing the shit out of his rig. So you see I'm sort of drifting it through here, which is a bit weird. That is my only real complaint, is that. Ooh. Track limits are quite lenient. I think holding it in fourth here. That's the other thing. Oh my god. That's fifth gear. Not. Oh my god. I'm very rusty with a H shifter. The other thing as well is when changing gear is what am I trying to say here? When changing gear is as big an ordeal as it is right now with this H shifter, and that was a big cut. It sort of changes the way you drive. Like you tend to hold certain gears for longer because it's not worth the faff of an upshift and then a downshift again. Whereas when you've got paddle shifters, you can just do whatever you want. It's no big issue. Nice and late, probably a bit too late, but got a little lock up there. But we did close a lot to them on the braking zone there. Only 3.7 off the lead, and we've got still over half the race remaining. I think we're going to be good here, providing nothing mental happens. You can see it's starting to go to the morning now, and it's looks like it's getting a bit foggy. Oh! Bit of wheel banging from these two Mercedes. I think they're both Mercedes. It's a three-way fight for the lead as well. So I think if we stay behind them here, won't take any risk, and then we'll get them on the next straight. Ooh. Get a good exit. There we go. Oh! You maniac. Yeah, it's definitely getting foggy. Holy moly. Can't see where I'm going. These two are crazy behind me. Oh, yeah. Tyres are definitely wearing. Locking up a lot easier now. No! We were going to win! And the sun's coming out. It's just about to go to happy hour. And we've just blown the thing up. I'm telling you, this, just a little tip for any of you, it's too far that way. So every time I go from like third to fourth, I was worried I was going to do it. Because I'm angled away from it, I want to sort of drag it this way, and that's exactly what I did. I went from third to second instead of third to fourth. So I think having the shifter around here would be a lot better. I can really put it where I want. That's a shame. But, you know, that's what happens in a car like this. If you don't drive it properly, that happens. So we're going to finish dead last after all that work. But that was good fun nonetheless. And I think AMS2 has gone well up in my estimations with all these changes. And yeah, it's if you play it how it's intended to be played, for immersion, maybe with your mates in some proper wacky old school like combos, I can really see the appeal. To be fair, it's a really fun sim. Physics still are a bit, but apart from that, fair play. It's pretty good. So despite that ending, I hope you enjoyed the video. I need to practice on this a bit more because I've definitely lost my touch. But give it a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you did enjoy. I'll be making more content, of course, very soon. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye. I'm going to go and cry now.